This interview is going to be sponsored by Derek Daniel State Farm. We are about to be joined by JJ Finch. Call Derek Daniel for all your insurance needs, 205-758-3391. He's upstairs right now waiting to hear from you. Like a good neighbor, Derek Daniel is there. With that, good morning. JJ Finch is the newest Alabama defensive lineman commit right there out of Warren Central in Indianapolis, Indiana. JJ, good morning. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Very good. Thank you so much for your time this morning. I imagine it's been a whirlwind of a week for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we want to get to know you a little bit. We got a bunch of different questions, and so we'll just take this into several different directions. But first and foremost, let's take you back to Sunday, take you back to committing to the Crimson Tide. Walk us through what led you to make the decision to go ahead and lock it in with Alabama, and how you're feeling about everything.
Really what led me to making that decision is like Coach Roach and that relationship, and knowing that Coach Wommack is at least allowing freshmen to play early and get an opportunity. So with that, it was just really simple. So that's it.
You were in Tuscaloosa for an official visit last month on May 30th. How was that visit? You know, you mentioned your relationship with the coaching staff. Was that visit kind of big in building that relationship with the staff?
Yes, sir. Yep.
You told several outlets that part of that visit you enjoyed connecting with the players, connecting with the team, and making personal connections. So who are some of the Alabama players that you might have clicked with the best?
James Smith, Beeman, and Tim Keenan.
I'm a big fan. I think James Smith is about to have a huge breakout season.
Yeah. Sure.
What do you like about the Kane Wommack defense?
The versatility, sometimes 3 down, 4 down, everything, just able to use me.
Is it similar at all to what you've done in high school, or do you feel really comfortable kind of stepping into this system?
Yes, sir, because it's a base 4-2, and that's what we do back at home.
Oh, let's talk about Warren Central real quick. You guys were really good last year, 10-2. Looks like you had 2 teammates that went into college. Damian Shanklin went to LSU, and Tyron Burris is now at Indiana. How did those 2 guys help you last year? And really, what are you learning? What are you taking from those 2 fellas?
They helped me a lot, especially Shank. Knowing that he's going to the SEC, he gave me some tips and things, what to look out for, like where your hands should be on certain downs and situations, especially now, especially knowing that these linemen are bigger compared to what we just played. So it's always helpful. Then Burris just always explode off the ball. That's always what he tells me.
Have you talked to Damian Shanklin at all since you made your commitment about maybe getting to play against each other, or not? Not on the field, but
Yeah, I have. Yep.
We're talking to JJ Finch, Alabama's newest defensive line committed on Sunday out of Warren Central High School in Indianapolis. JJ, what's your favorite thing about football?
Say that again.
What is your favorite thing about playing football?
Really the physicality and being able to put my hands on somebody without going to jail.
That's a good way to look at it. When you're when you're facing off against an offensive lineman, is there something that you're looking for to indicate to you, like, okay, I've got this guy, I'm about to dominate this rep, or what are you kind of looking for there?
Really just to kill and get to the ball. Always, it's about the ball.
Not even thinking about the guy, just thinking about the ball. I like that.
Yeah, it's always about the ball.
Describe your. We just heard you say just to kill and get to the ball. Describe your game, maybe in a couple of words or less.
Exciting and really explosive. Explosive with the hands, explosive with the hips and feet. Just always trying to get to the ball, like I said. That's pretty much it.
Do you think that, I know you mentioned how much you like this defensive system. When you kind of talked with Coach Roach and Coach Wommack, was that something that they kind of indicated to you that, hey, we're just going to let you kind of pin your ears back and go after the football, go get guys?
Definitely. Go vertically and go get it. Yes, sir.
Can you elaborate a little more on your relationship with Coach Freddie Roach?
That's like an uncle to me now, especially when he'll tell me tips and things, even with life now. So it's just it's just tremendous. Just waiting to see what comes in the future with it.
What has he told you about playing at Alabama? Because obviously, great player here at Alabama. He's been a long-time defensive line coach. What has he told you about what it takes and what it means to play at Alabama?
Say that again.
I'm sorry. What has Coach Roach told you about what it means and what it takes to play at Alabama? Coach Roach was a great player here for the Crimson Tide. What has he told you about really what it means to play in Tuscaloosa and what it takes to play in Tuscaloosa?
Just the standard of greatness, really, and always having your mind on straight, because it's a lot. It's a lot to play down there, as we should all know. But it's just one thing at a time and just keeping it simple. The main thing.
So, I know you're rated by a lot of outlets as a 3-star prospect, and it's, a lot of people have kind of talked about maybe it being us especially. I think it's a underrating. I think you should be ranked a lot higher. Is that something that bothers you at all, or are you really not concerned with that star ranking?
It does, but it don't, because when I get up there, I know the star thing is out the window, because when it's time to perform, it's time to perform versus anybody. So that star rating is really just bullshit and just really just people just having an opinion, and they don't even play, to be honest with you. Some of these people who do these rankings have never played, so I don't even really care, to be honest.
I saw you at a camp, at a rep, putting a guy on the back. Obviously, there was no pads there, but just tell us about your camp experiences. Have you been going to a lot of these camps, or has it just been sending your tape out and visiting schools, specific schools?
I did probably about one rival camp throughout my whole high school career, and everything else been FBU. So, it's just been really no camps and just really film.
We're talking to JJ Finch, Alabama's newest defensive line commit out of Warren Central High School. Oh, let's head to the comment section. Our lead writer is Katie Wyndham. She is our lead writer for Alabama Crimson Tide on SI. She says, "Are you planning to come down to Tuscaloosa for any games this season? And have you had a chance to experience Bryant-Denny Stadium yet?"
Yeah, I'm definitely planning on coming down versus Tennessee. That game's always exciting, and really just to really see what the experience is, because I ain't never seen it.
What goes through your mind now when you hear "Sweet Home Alabama"? You're familiar with the song.
What goes through my mind?
Yeah.
Really, just excitement. Give me chills just thinking about it, for real.
I want to ask you just a little bit more about your relationship with this staff. What is it about Coach DeBoer, about Coach Roach, about Coach Wommack that, what about them kind of set themselves apart from the other coaches that were recruiting you?
Really, they laid back vibe just like me and keeping it straight, always telling the truth, no fakeness, no nothing. So I could just already see that, because I'm really big on relationships going into playing and doing things about my future. So I could just see through a lot of stuff that people would tell me. So with them, they'll always keep it straight with me and just try to lead me to the right path.
Let's keep going with those relationships, but spin it maybe closer to home. What about your father and his college playing experience? Jeremy French Sr. playing at Florida for a little bit, and then Indiana. What has he told you about playing college football, and maybe what has his inspiration been like for you?
My dad has been big with this process, telling me little tidbits about the business part of this game and really seeing about the future and what it can provide. So he always tell me just always do it and just keep the main thing, like I always said.
Warren Central, y'all went 10-2 last season, so I just got to ask you, after the wins, how does JJ Finch celebrate?
Say that again.
Y'all went 10-2 last season. After you win, what is your number one way to celebrate? Do you have a victory meal? Do you have a go-to song? Do you have a movie or show? What's your preferred way to celebrate and unwind?
My preferred way to celebrate is really just going home and chilling. Just get on a game, play NCAA or Call of Duty.
We got to throw down the challenge there and see if you're any good at NCAA sometime. So I'll shoot you my DM and we'll play.
You looking forward to hopefully maybe being able to play as yourself on the game one day? That's got to be the coolest thing ever, I would imagine.
I don't know if we've lost connection
We
here.
might have.
But JJ, what are you looking forward to about NCAA 26? It's coming out in 2 weeks.
In and out.
Yeah, we're going in and out. What are you looking forward to? Let's keep going. Let's spin off that and go into. What are your thoughts on early enrolling? One of your teammates, your LSU teammate, early enrolled, but Burris enrolled in the summer. What are your thoughts on enrolling early with Alabama?
My thoughts are real good because, like Shank told me, like, it's really to help you for the season, really, because, like you said, Bird's coming in later, and he's gonna have to like do catch up, I should say. And with me coming down earlier and being able to get into the weight program early and get my feet wet, I feel confident.
How growing up, did you watch Alabama football a lot growing up? Did you grow up a fan at all? Who, or if not, who were you a fan of? Who did you watch the most kind of growing up?
Uh, Definitely Ohio State because it will always come on Fox. But I was definitely a fan of Bama because, like, just knowing what the standard was and Saban and everything like that. So it will always come on CBS. Always watch that. Always.
Is there any specific Bama guys that you maybe have modeled your game after at all? Any guys you took some inspiration from?
Sometimes Quinn Williams and really Barmore. I like Christian Barmore.
Those are two pretty great choices.
Yeah.
I see a lot of I don't mean to place these lofty expectations on you, but I see a lot of Christian Barmore in the huddle tapes that we've been looking at.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So we're talking to JJ Finch, Alabama's newest defensive line commit. JJ, if you weren't playing football, what sport would you be playing?
It'd probably be basketball or wrestling, just because that's something that I already done at a high level.
I could see wrestling. Wrestling makes sense. That's like the other sport where you get to just kind of legally put your hands on people and nobody gets to say anything about it. That makes sense.
Yep.
If you could sack any quarterback playing currently or ever, any quarterback ever, who would be your ideal quarterback that you're picturing JJ Finch sacking?
It's a lot of them.
You can rattle a few. It's all good.
Mahomes. Peyton Manning. Brady.
You can't get any better with those three.
Yeah, I don't think you could. I don't think you could have picked three better ones. I wanted selfishly you to say Joe Burrow because I am not a Joe Burrow fan myself, but that's okay.
Yeah.
What's Indiana high school football like?
It's not even that bad. The MIC is real competitive. The conference I play in, LC, BD, LN. It's a back and forth thing. So it's really competitive for my league, 6A.
Have you played against any, we mentioned your teammates that went to big schools. Have you played against any other guys that committed to bigger schools or, whether this year or last year?
Definitely. Mark Zachary at Notre Dame, Isaiah White at Illinois. I definitely played against multiple people going different schools. So, yeah, it's definitely competitive.
All right, let's take you back to last season. Y'all went 10-2. You ended your season with a third-round loss to Center Grove. Now I'm looking at your schedule this coming season, and you're opening with Center Grove. Is that loss? I mean, what does that opening game mean to you?
It means a lot, really. Just really to try to get over that hump and beat them for the first time in my career. So it's definitely a big one. It's definitely a big one. It is time for payback and revenge, for real, blood and glory.
We're talking to JJ Finch, and I want to get more into your mindset with Damian Shanklin and Tyrone Burris leaving. Now you are the main defensive lineman. You are the alpha, basically. What are you doing differently now as the leader in that defensive line room?
Being more vocal and leading the guys even more. Going through practice. Don't let them slack or nothing because they seen us just do it, think it was so easy. And I try to tell them all the time, this ain't easy, try to tell the young guys that all the time, this ain't easy. It's like you got to really go out there and read your keys, watch film, do all that. So that's pretty much it. That's all I've been preaching lately to them.
So I imagine that, state championship is obviously the goal, I would think. But do you have any kind of personal objectives that you want to accomplish this season?
Definitely Indiana Gatorade Player of the Year and Mr. Football for sure.
I love it. I love it. So, what is your pregame ritual that helps you achieve those goals?
Probably just listen to some calm music, eat light, can't eat too much, and hype music during the day though. That's during the day.
Who are some of your artists, or when you go to two categories? Who are some of your artists when you're hype music, and then when you're turning it to calm music to kind of dial in?
Hype music, Lil Key, Five Dirty Vaughn, and calm music. I like Brent Fayez, and who else? Who else would it be? Party Next Door. Party Next Door.
We're hanging out with JJ Finch right here on the Joe Gaither Show on BamaCentral, BamaCentral.com, sponsored by Derek Daniels State Farm. If you could, if you could challenge any pro athlete, offensive lineman, we already did quarterback, but if you're going to dominate an offensive lineman, who do you see yourself? Who would you ideally see yourself just getting right on past?
Probably DeJuan Jones on the Browns. He's an in-state dude, so probably go against him, do some good work.
There we go.
I want to go to the other side then and, kind of ask a similar question, but on the other side, are there any, defensive guys now in the NFL that you think your game is similar to?
Definitely Dexter Lawrence, Quinn Williams, like I already mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Kalen DeBoer. What is Kalen, head coach for Alabama? What did Kalen DeBoer do that made him stand out on the recruiting trail?
Keep it real with me. Don't let none of this, I should say, hype behind my name, the stars and things like that. He always just kept it real with me. He never try to play me or belittle it. So I could see that with him for sure.
You mentioned freshmen playing right off the bat in your opening answer. What did Coach Wommack say about that? Because there were a lot of freshmen that got some time last year.
It's definitely an opportunity coming up, especially with probably Tim Keenan and them guys leaving. So he definitely told me that. And just come in with your nose down, and he'll definitely throw you a bone for sure. That's exactly what he said.
Mason, you got about anything else? I got a bunch of quirky questions, but I don't want to take you too far out of the lanes, JJ.
Ooh.
It's whatever.
Okay. Who's your favorite team to play with on NCAA 25?
25, it'd probably have to be, it'd be either Bama or Oregon.
I'll have to send you my gamer tag, and we'll have to run a game or two.
Bet it up.
Video out of it.
NIL is a big factor, or is a big deal now in college football. Let's just hypothetically say you get to sign an NIL deal with any company there is. What kind of companies, or who you're looking for? What kind of industries would you like to attach your name to?
Battle Sports for number one for me. That's a big company that I've been wanting since youngin'.
Big apparel and gear is what I'm seeing, because I'm old. I had to look that up right as you said that. Looks like sports apparel and sports gear. Okay, well, what sets them apart? What I mean, they look cool on the website.
Really, what Battle sets apart from everybody else, in my opinion, is really just the football gear, obviously, and really the fashion and stuff outside with the football gear. They have jumpsuits, bags, wristlets, just different sorts of things that I like. So yeah.
Ryan Williams has done a little bit of gotten into the fashion stuff a little bit with his NIL deals here at Alabama. Is that something you maybe yourself want to get into also?
Definitely.
Absolutely. We're reading that you took your official visit. Only a couple more minutes here with JJ Finch. We're reading that you took your official visit on May 30th. Besides the relationship aspects, let's go to Tuscaloosa. What did you like about the city? What did you like about the area? Did anything stand out maybe while you were in Tuscaloosa as far as that's a draw?
The sorority houses for sure. The sorority
They're
houses.
huge.
Yeah. And it really wasn't no students when I was up there. So, but the people though, the normal people, like they were just amazing to me, just amazing. And I could just tell that town is really just football lore and just keep my nose down, ready to grind.
Did they take you around to any good restaurants? Did you eat anywhere good in town?
Yeah, five.
That's a good place.
Yeah. Yep.
I used to work there back in the day, JJ.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I spent a lot. I did many of those recruiting visits. Just serving. Here you go, sir. Here you go. Can I get you more tea? that sort of. So absolutely,
Yeah.
we second that. We second five here on this show. What's the impression of that Alabama dining room?
Luxurious. Luxurious.
Absolutely. We're hanging out with JJ Finch, Alabama's newest defensive line commitment. Excuse me. Mason, you got a few more for him?
I got one more question. It's going to be a little bit before you get to campus, obviously, but what one thing are you looking forward to the most about when you get to campus?
Really, just to really see what it's really like, the college life, and being able to manage my time, because it's really the biggest thing. And I feel confident in myself already. I like keeping my nose down, keeping my nose clean. So that's pretty much it.
I think Mason inspired me for maybe my last one here. You do have roughly 6-7 months and a football season to play. What will be the thing that you're working on to add to your game before you get to Tuscaloosa?
Really the footwork and the hands, because like Shank already told me, it's a different game. It's a real different game. So, being able to keep my feet right and work on my hands and the technique things to the game, that's pretty much it.
Well, JJ, it's been a real pleasure talking to you today. I appreciate you giving us some of your time, especially in the early hours of the morning. I'm sure you are already up and at 'em, getting your workout in and getting your day going. We appreciate your time, man. We're really looking forward to seeing what you do in Tuscaloosa and your senior year.
Yes, sir, definitely.
We'll leave you a chance if you have any message to the Alabama football fan base. We got a lot of people watching and a lot of people to hit us on playback. So anything you want to say to the Crimson Tide faithful before we get you out of here?
Roll Tide roll. Let's do it.
We'll see you soon, JJ. He'll be dominating at Warren Central up there in Indianapolis, and we will see him here in Tuscaloosa very, very soon. JJ, thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank y'all.
Absolutely. That's JJ Finch joining us, and really appreciate him hanging out with us today. Got it inside the mind, got behind his heart a little bit, and looking forward to seeing what he does. He's got a revenge game right off the bat. The team that knocked them out of the playoffs last year is the season opening game, so I think that he's going to be hungry to get after it.
I think that your running theory on why he was a bit underrated as a prospect may reign true. He only attended one camp.
Watch the film, folks.
Watch the film.
He
dominant.
Yeah, it's a one touch. You out the way, or I'm gonna fake into this gap, go into the other gap.
Yeah.
He's wrapping. He's already got the defensive line stunts. He's wrapping around the edge.
He's so explosive off the ball. Woo! Excited about this player.
Absolutely, I am as well. So Alabama now has 3 defensive linemen. 2 of them are edge rushers. And JJ Finch, really the interior lineman so far in the class. We're looking for many, many more commitments over the next couple of weeks. Mason Woods will have you all informed on Alabama Crimson Tide on SI. We will continue to try to get more commits on the show. I really, really appreciate JJ coming onto the show. Please go follow him on the Twitter machines. I just had it up there at he is Finch JJ _11. Oh, that's one thing I missed to ask him. 11's my number. I wanted to ask him what the inspiration was. So we'll have to get him back on here before he enrolls and goes behind the Iron Curtain, why he's wearing number 11. We'll catch up. We'll try to catch up with him through his senior year and keep up with him as well. So JJ, I really appreciate your time. Go follow him at FinchJJ_11 on the Twitter machine. Let him know that you are excited for his time in Tuscaloosa.